Guys, so I've been talking to myself for the last 4 minutes, not realizing there was a button I had to press. So I'm sitting here talking to myself like, I hope my microphone's working. I hope my camera's working. Uh, Let me know if the audio and video's working. And then after like 4 minutes, I'm like, why is nobody responding to me? This is kind of weird. So I'm like, let me go open up YouTube. And I go to YouTube and it says, waiting on stream. So sorry about that. I'll restart after I was just talking to myself for a few minutes. But I was just saying, Chevy Fish, good to see you. Skull Aquatics, J Rock does stuff. Fish and Floral, good to see everybody. I'm on StreamYard tonight, so that's not the normal thing. Normally, I'm using my cell phone, and so we're going to be latched to the computer tonight. So my apologies for that. We won't be walking around the house. Just doing something a little bit different tonight. And hopefully audio is good. Let me know, because I was totally not prepared for this, and I had to plug in my microphone, so hopefully the microphone's working. Hopefully the camera's working. The beard's a hot mess tonight. Jay's, oh wait, I can highlight stuff. Hang on. There we go. Sup, SC, New Year stream. Look forward to the show. So I kind of talked about this already, but you guys never saw it because I never hit go live. But since you're new to the stream, here's what I can guarantee you is going to happen. It's going to be a bunch of random stuff. And other people will tell you I squirrel. We call it squirreling. It's I basically get off the beaten path. We might be talking about fish. We might be talking about my fish business, which is all this stuff you see behind me. I sell products and fish on the website, which is 614fish.com. I believe Chevy Fish already dropped the link. But yeah, so we're going to start off talking about fish, and who knows where we're going to end up tonight. And I did go early tonight, so normally I'm at 8:30 to 9:30, and I'm going to try to manipulate my live streams to 8 o'clock. And I'm going to try it, and hopefully it works, and we'll see what happens. And the reason behind that is summer's here, and every weekend my friends are trying to get me to go out and do things. I know some friends are going out go-kart racing tonight, and being that my time block that I kind of go live kind of interrupts doing the non-fish things in my life. So missing out on go-karting tonight, which I'm a big motorsports fan. I'm a big car guy, so kind of bummed about that, but I'm here. We're live, and I'll go-karting maybe tomorrow, so not a big deal. I just figured if I can get from 8 to 9, that kind of frees up my night a little bit more, but we'll see. I'd rather go earlier in the night than later because I'm usually tired, so I'm not up super late on Friday nights, which is kind of weird. I guess I'm just getting old. How do I get rid of this now? See, I'm breaking stuff. There we go. All right. So the reason why I'm using StreamYard tonight is honestly, it popped in my head today on my lunch break, and I went to check out StreamYard. I still don't like the pricing that StreamYard has set up. I think they're overpriced for streaming, and this is free. So I'm streaming on the free service right now. So that's why there's the, where would it be? Over here, this powered by, where is it? Powered by StreamYard logo. You have to pay, I think it's $20 a month to get rid of that, which I'm like, no. To get 1080p, you have to buy their like premium membership, which that's why I was interested in. I was looking at the 1080p, and I'm just looking at upgrade. So if you pay annually, so you got to pay for a year, the basic plan is $20 a month, and that gets rid of that logo and does some other like little things. The one thing I want is the 1080p, and it's $39 a month if I buy a year's worth. So I think that's just too expensive for something I'm going to use on Friday nights. And really, it's just, to me, it's not worth it for that price. I think the basic plan should be like $5 a month to pay just to get rid of this logo. Like, I'll pay $5 to get rid of this duck, but for $40 a month to get 1080p, I think that's crazy for something I want to use on Friday nights for an hour. Anyways, rant over. How's everybody doing? How's your week? It was stupid hot here this week, And I don't know if it was really hot, but it was humid. The humidity this week was miserable. Today was actually pretty awesome. I believe it was like in the 70s today, and the humidity was low, so it felt like the AC was on. So that was awesome. Before today, it was stupid hot and just sweating nonstop every day at work. I got two chats going on here. Let me see what's up. Geek Boy, good to see you. So if you saw, I did a video on the CPDs. I did the CPD tank. It's the planted like nano tank. That's my favorite tank right now. So I was just going to talk about the CPDs. I do want to get in that tank and cut back that Christmas moss. So it looks really good. But the problem is that Christmas moss is just going to eventually fill up that whole tank to where there's no swimming room for those CPDs. So I'm going to get in there and probably trim it this weekend. I'll probably do a video on it because a lot of people said that they like that tank. And right now it's my favorite tank. I kind of go through these phases where like this is my favorite tank. Then the CPD tank is my current favorite. You might be able to see the Blackbeard algae. So I was testing the Enhance. Grab the bottle. The Nilo Aquatics Enhance, which is a liquid carbon. It's an algicide. It's supposed to help kill Blackbeard algae. It's not listed as that's what it does, but reading online, they said liquid carbon helps get rid of Blackbeard algae. So I've been testing it. And I've only treated this tank once. I dosed it once, this is 1 pump per 10 gallons. I did 6 pumps. It's a 55-gallon tank. And did it get rid of it? No. But I think it may have stopped the spread of it. I let this thing go gangbusters with Blackbeard algae, and I hate Blackbeard algae. But I'm doing it as a test. So I'm letting it go crazy. And I wasn't even going to test this. This was just a random thing. The video I was going to make was how to get rid of Blackbeard algae in the good old-fashioned way of hand pulling it out. Is the only way I've ever gotten rid of it. Is it shrimp safe, Stephen? Yes. This liquid carbon, I don't know if all liquid carbons are. It's an algicide, which there's a lot of people online that says this is just straight toxins you're pouring into your tank. It's bad for everything. The Vienna guppies are doing great. As you can see, it looks really blurry on my screen. I don't know if it's like, if it's just not focusing in the background. I don't know what's going on. But the Vienna guppies are doing great. In fact, right now, one of the females is getting harassed by a couple males. I don't know if you can see that. I don't even know where they're at. Plecos are doing good. My baby brilliant bristlenose are doing good. Yeah, shrimp safe. This is equivalent, maybe not to the exact specifications, but something that's very similar would be like Easy Carbon. Easy Carbon Enhance, and I forget what like the Seachem one is, but this I would say is the closest competitor would be Easy Carbon. So right now, I feel like it stopped the growth of it. It's not like getting rid of it, but I've only dosed it once, and that was last week, over a week ago. So we'll dose it right now. So 55-gallon tank, it's going to need 6 squirts. And that's it. And we'll see what happens next live stream, or if something happens before. But yeah, it'd be super cool if that's actually a product that I sell that on the website, and I didn't know it would target Blackbeard algae. I've always been selling it as a carbon substitute for plant growth, even though it's an algicide, which I know that, but I just didn't think it would do anything against Blackbeard. But looking at it, it might actually do something against Blackbeard. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And the Amazons have been going crazy. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new Amazon plants. So the plants have sprouted out sister plants or baby plants. And so I got 6 more Amazon swords in there right now, which is pretty sweet. And don't ask me how I did it. Basically, I I wholesaled in some Amazon swords. They come immerse grown, and when they converted, which they all have to do anyways, some of the big ones decided like, hey, let me send out some babies. So they converted and gave me extra Amazon swords. So that's nothing to complain about there for sure. They're doing good. I actually need to start adding more fertilizer to this tank because I cut back fertilizer when I sold off all those big Amazon swords. I cut back the fertilizer, and then now I need to start ramping back up because there's a lot of Amazons in there, and root tabs, 614 root tabs are available on the website. These are great for Amazon swords, which are root heavy feeders. Chevy Fit, I don't know why let me get rid of this screen because I keep looking at the wrong chat. And I will scroll. So this is like one of the things I do like about StreamYard. I can show, and I know this is crappy of me right now. I'm showing you a link. I'm showing you a promotion to my website, but I like being able to show what people are saying because a lot of times when people watch replays, they'll listen to stuff and they might not be watching a live chat replay. But if they're at least watching the video, they can see some of the topics, I guess. Geek Boy says Excel, so that would be the CChem Excel. Oh, Matt, why is the Cholla wood not? I always want to say Cholla. Cholla wood still not on the website. So that's my fault. I'm just waiting on I'm not even waiting on a picture. I just gotta go take a picture of it. Can I think I can screen share. Can I screen share? And the other thing I was just thinking about products. If you are subscribed to the email list, that's something else I want to talk about. Squirrel. If you're subscribed to my email list, I sent out an email about API medications. API has discontinued Super Ick Cure, which I don't sell for Ick. I use and recommend the IckX, which is by Hikari. That's on the website. And I sell both the regular and the Pond Strength. The Pond Strength costs more money for the same bottle size, but you get a crap ton more doses out of it. So it's worth the extra few bucks, but sometimes people only need a little bit of IckX to, work on their 1 10-gallon tank or something like that. So they don't need to buy all that capacity. But for anybody with a fish room or multiple tanks or big tanks, looking to get into Pond Strength because it is just a few bucks more, but the dosing is way better. I do have both of them in stock. But anyway, so the API Super X discontinued, never sold it, so not a big deal. But they discontinued Furin 2 and Fungus Cure. Both I carried and I sold out this week, so I can't get any more. Those were both really big sellers, and now that I look back, the past excuse me, the past month or so, the sales of that have been super high. So I feel like this API discontinuing these products might have been leaked, or maybe it's been out and everybody knows about it, and I just now got the email from my wholesaler about it. But my sales have been going crazy, so I've been ordering as much as I can, but then I couldn't order anymore, and then I got the email from the wholesaler about they just don't make it anymore. So, yeah. Chevy Fish says, I love your Christmas moss. Yeah, Christmas moss is so versatile. In the CPD tank, it's under extremely, extremely high light, so it grows a very thick mat, and I think it looks awesome in that tank. My aunt was over here the other night, and she liked the tank a lot, and that tank has finally balanced out. And with planted tanks, you always have that struggle of like algae. Like this tank gets a little bit of green spot algae on the glass. I don't mind it. It sucks when I try to record or try to take pictures, but I don't clean this tank. I don't have an acrylic glass cleaner, so I've never have cleaned the glass on this tank ever. I'll leave that to the nature. If there's algae, it's consuming extra nutrients, giving off oxygen. It's a bonus. It's just unsightly. And with the Christmas moss in that tank, in the CPD tank, that tank, since the light's so powerful, I was just growing algae like crazy, and it was a pain in the butt. It just wasn't balanced. And finally, the Christmas moss just got so dense in there that's eating up all the extra nutrients that finally balanced out. And now I don't have to clean the tank. I got some ram's horns in there to keep up with any extra food waste, any detritus buildup. and they will eat detritus. My Barbados tank, well, the soon-to-be Barbados tank, the old Axolotl tank, when I pulled my sponge filter out, a ton of detritus fell out all over the sand, and it had a layer of this muck. Put some ram's horns in there, and the ram's horns have had that tank to themselves now, and the detritus is pretty much gone. They've consumed it all, so it's looking good. That tank's it's ready for the Barbados. The reason why they haven't gone in there yet is just because I put dwarf Sagittaria plants in there. I really wanted them to get a good root structure before this Barbados went in there, because the Barbados do like to lay on top of plants, and they might lay on them sideways. There's been multiple times I've walked by their tank and I thought the fish were dead because they're like literally on their side. I'm like, oh no, I lost a Barbados, and I go and like as soon as I walk up to the tank, it swims off. They like to chill on the plants, so I wanted to give the dwarf Sagittarius some time to really root in, so that way it doesn't get uprooted and make a mess. Oh, here's a good one. So Jay says, I just tested peroxide dip, seems to have killed it. So I was going to do a video about spot treating with peroxide on blackbeard algae. You fill the pipette with peroxide, you put it in there, you kind of squeeze it out around the plant. So I wanted to do a video on that, but not dipping, so it's not pulling anything out and dipping it, but spot treating. But I feel like by the time you go through all that, it's just as easy to just pull the stuff out of the tank. That's what I've done in the past. I've only ever had blackbeard algae in one other tank, and that was a few years ago, and haven't had it since until now. But these Vienna guppies are going nuts in here. And all the females, every single one looks pregnant, so that's awesome. And I had some Vienna sales this past weekend. They all made it to all their homes successfully, no losses, which is great. And that's another thing I want to transfer into or transfer to as far as topics on the website. If you guys could do me a favor. So I got an email from one of the Vienna guppy owners asking where he could leave a review. He said, I want to leave you a review, and I don't want to quote, because I can't. I guess I could pull the email up. He said, I want to leave you a 5-star review, basically, is what he legit said that. Okay, so he said, this is what he said. I just want to write to thank you for your truly amazing service and attention to detail, superb communication, and awesome plants and livestock. I really appreciate how genuinely you appreciate and acknowledge your customers and work hard to fulfill their wishes. Plus, Vienna guppies, I mean, come on. So exciting to get my hands on these super rare fish. They arrived in great shape and have been chilling in a very planted up tank. I'll offer some food tomorrow. And he asked some other stuff, which is unrelated to what we're talking about. And he said, finally, is there anywhere online I can write you a review? 5 stars all the way. Thanks again. And this is not the first email I've had about leaving reviews on stuff. So when I first started the website, I did have a thing where you could leave reviews on the products. The problem was nobody used it. So the way I looked at it was, if I went in and clicked on a product and customer reviews 0, and everything was like that, I'm like, it looks like nobody's buying anything from me. So I'm like, does that scare away customers? So if you're new, and say you didn't find me through YouTube, you find me through Google, and I can see through every sale, I can see where you came from. So I can see if you came from YouTube, if you came from a Google search, a direct link, it tracks all that. So if somebody comes from Google and they search the Vienna guppies, they go to my website, there's no reviews on it, it shows 0. Well, I would think that looks like nobody's buying it, so maybe there's a reason why nobody's buying it. Well, after some consideration and emails, I decided to put the reviews back on the website. I'm not asking you, if you've bought from me, you can write whether it's pro or negative, pro or con, how the transaction went. But I need some reviews from you guys, honest reviews of products. If you've used ICX, let people that are, maybe they're not fish hobbyists. So this is where we can kind of help new people to the fish hobby. Let's say they know their fish is sick and they need medication. They search medication and they come across my website. How do they know this product works? Like, everything's got a description, but let's say I just say General Cure because that's a very common medication. Let's say you use General Cure. Write a review about it. Like, hey, like, it worked, it didn't work. This is what I recommend. This is a good chance for you not to only help me out. Like, I don't want to say like make it sound like I'm trying to skirt around like the subject and like have you guys like boost my sales. But this is a good time for you guys to help other hobbyists out that aren't on YouTube and give them some knowledge, more so than I can do by myself, because I don't know everything. And there's a lot of you guys that know a lot more than I do. And when it comes to medications, I sell them. I know what they do, and I treat with the Med Trio. I was like Med Triplets, Med Trio. On new fish that come in as a preventive maintenance item, but typically I don't get sick fish. It's very random, and usually if I get something that's sick or something happens because of something that was in my control. So I've had like a fish feeder door. I set it too large and I dumped too much food in. And I created ammonia spike. Then I had all sorts of issues, stuff like that. Temperature swings. I killed my first fish import, which is on YouTube. I didn't hide it. It's on here. I killed almost all the fish. On my first fish import, I almost killed them all because of a 5-degree temperature difference that I didn't think was a big deal. Like, I knew about it. I knew it was 5 degrees difference, but I didn't think it would do anything. Shocked them all, killed them all on me. That was my fault. And yeah, so, but there's products you've used. Drop a review on them. If it's fish food, a heater. So the heaters would be a good one. If anybody's used the Jaeger heaters, that's the newest heater I'm selling. The Eheim Jaegers. It was actually based off your recommendations. A lot of people liked it. I personally have not used it because I heat my fish room. I don't need a heater. Is this the only tank I have heated? I think this is the only tank I have a heater in. No, my 75's got a heater, but that was like me even being like a real hobbyist. So I don't even know what heater's in that tank. It does work, but I forget what brand it is. These are the Aquatop heaters that I used to sell, but I couldn't get a hold of, so I brought in the Eheims. So that's the only brand I have good experience with. I used Eheims so long ago, I can't remember, enough to give an honest review of them. I can't remember if it broke after 6 months or if it lasted a week. And I think those were the old Eheims that were above water. But if you guys would, if you have spare time, write a review of something you've used, or if you bought from me, that'd be cool too. Anyways, let's get off of that. I feel like I'm pandering to you guys. Okay, I'm trying to figure out the chats. It's a little bit different. Hang on, I'm working on it, guys. Did I just see Rob 93? Rob 93, good to see you. Oh, but anyways, Matt, the Cholla wood will be on the website this weekend. There's some new products on the website. If you guys have been ordering botanicals from me, they're changing a little bit. And by what I mean they're changing is that it's the packaging. So I do have one. So I was bagging everything in these red ones. This is Stinging Nettles. Here's Cocoa Palm Brax. It's a black and silver bag now instead of a red bag. And the reason is I ran out of these. But I had a ton of these black ones. It's the same amount of botanicals. You might think like, oh, it's a smaller bag. It is a smaller bag. But for like the Cocoa Palm Brax, I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's like crooked because I jammed them in there. It's the same amount. It's just a smaller package. And the labels. So I was printing. This doesn't have a label. Got it right here because this is what I've been working on. I even know Matt probably thinks I'm not working on this stuff, but I am. I was printing off the labels on these label sheets, peeling them, sticking them, and killing my printer's ink. I have a actual thermal label printer for shipping out all the orders. Well, I don't know why I didn't think about this sooner, but they sell more than just the. So this is like the labels that are for shipping. I forget the size, whatever. It doesn't matter. This is what my printer prints. Well, they also sell all kinds of labels. So I bought a big roll of these small labels, and that is what's going on these. So it's not, sorry, that's what's going on these now. It's not the cool color ones, but I'm trying to reduce all the crap I'm using as far as like, and you know, this is a label printer I have. I did have to buy the labels, but now I don't have to buy ink for the printer, and I don't have to buy these 8x11 sheets of labels. I don't know, it's just easier, and I can print off. This thing spits out like a label every half a second, so I can print out, you know, long sheets of these. You know, it's just something I'm changing up a little bit. So anyways, the point of that squirrel is to just let you know, once the old red bags run out, there'll be the silver bags, black and silver. So letting you guys know. Monkey pods and trumpet pods will be on the website. I think the trumpet pods might already be on the website, but those are new. So, and red oak acorn caps are new. These are all botanicals. So if you got shrimp tanks, or if you're doing like a biotope tank, or you want to add some natural leaf litter to the bottom of your tank, that's what these are for. It helps induce tannins into the water. Tannins are great, especially for shrimp. Shrimp love the tannined water. But I've seen some people do it with betta tanks. So yeah, the red oak, acorn caps, stinging nettles, monkey pods, trumpet pods, and then there's going to be a limited, and by limited, maybe 3 packages of shingle oak leaves. Oh, wait, I just saw a super chat. Why did it not tell me? I wish it would tell me that. Papa Shrimp with the, can I show that? Yes. Papa Shrimp, $4.99 super chat says, happy Friday, brother. Happy Friday. And if you guys don't know, Papa Shrimp just went through heart surgery, like open heart surgery. So glad you are, he's here still with us. I knew you would be. I knew you'd go through that like a champ. But good to see you here, buddy. I've known Jerry since 2019. 2019 now. Aqua Shella, Chicago is where we met. Good dude. And he's working with as a partner or as an employee, as a, I guess, partner, right? With Jadron Aquatics now down in Texas. No sign of you on Ohio Fish Rescue. I was in there probably around 7 o'clock. I've been pretty busy. Jimmy's here with the elbow cough. Jimmy, everybody knows who Jimmy is. No need to introduce you. Good to see you, but I haven't seen you in here in a long time. I hope Washington's treating you well. I heard it was super hot out there. It's super hot here. I'm sure you know about Ohio. Not like you've never been here before, but yeah, so Jimmy just got me all sideways now in my conversation here. What was I thinking of? Oh, Ohio Fish Rescue. I was in there probably about 7 o'clock. I was only in the chat for maybe 5 to 10 minutes. That's when I was working on the thermostat in the house. And my house has been hot. And I thought members would know this because I made a member video of trying to work on the AC evaporator inside like the furnace. And I made a video about how stupid my furnace is set up in this house. Well, the house has always been like kind of hot, like hotter than I thought it should be. I'm like, man, this AC sucks right now. I'm like, I never had this issue before. Anyways, if you're in Ohio, so this is anybody in Ohio, if you got Columbia Gas, they're doing a 75% off Google Nest thermostats. There's like digital Wi-Fi. They're like round. I already had a smart Wi-Fi, not Wi-Fi, a smart thermostat that like did the schedule. Couldn't control it from my phone, but I've had it for many years. But the Nest thermostat was $25. Is how much it costs. No strings attached. $25. So I bought one. Came today. I just installed it. It took me a lot longer than I thought. It took me 2 seconds to put the thing on the wall, plug the wires in. That was good. It took 20 minutes to go through the app to set up all the crap through the app. That was horrible. Got it running, and as soon as it like kicked on, it says like the temperature of the room, which my old thermostat didn't do that. But it said that the room was like 76 degrees, and I usually have the thermostat set to 72. I try to keep it at 72 because it's comfortable for me, but also with that AC running, it's pulling moisture out of the air, which helps with all these fish tanks in the house. So the old thermostat was 4 degrees off. So whatever it had to trip the AC to turn on and off was 4 degrees off. So even though it said it was 72, it was 76 in here. So that's why I think I've been chasing my tail about why my AC's been sucking lately. It's because it wasn't running when it was supposed to. But I still want to get in there and clean that out. I never made it into the contraption. It's sealed up tight. But Jimmy, good to see you. The 3 Vienna guppies you gave me over a year ago now. It's been 14 or 15 months ago, guys. If you go back on my channel 15 months ago, you'll see Jimmy. I met up with Jimmy up at Agno Aquatics. I always want to say Aquatics. Agno Aquatics. That's George's fish store. It's up by Cleveland. Good dude, good store, awesome. His wife's awesome. Met her a couple times now. Been there a couple times. But anyways, I met Jimmy up there, and he gave me some Vienna guppies, and that's how this came to be. And now they're kind of spreading out throughout the country, which is pretty sweet. So it took me a year to get the numbers up, but they're doing good. That's all the fish in this tank are Vienna guppies that you see swimming. There's plecos in there, but Papa Shrimp said, "Have a great stream. Gotta go get some rest." Well, Jerry, I'm probably behind on the chat with that, but I hope you get your rest. Metalheads. Too bad you don't know a guy that sells digital thermometers that tank you wouldn't have to use your hand. I know. Definitely think you're slacking. There is some slacking going on. But Jimmy, I'm still waiting for you to place your order for that vehicle you want. So a long time ago, I don't know if it's really a joke, just an inside thing, inside comment. Before Jimmy moved back to Washington, we were talking about him getting a car because he bought the truck, but he was talking about getting a sports car, and me being a car guy, work at the dealer, joking about getting him I don't know if it was a new Corvette. I was trying to get a new Porsche, and I said I would drive it out to Washington for him. So I'm trying to buy a Supra right now. Are you talking about like a new body Supra, like a BMW Supra, or like a Mark IV? If you're trying to get a new one, I just saw one for sale here in Columbus. If you're trying to get brand new, it was brand new. It had 5 miles on it. I wanted the new C8 Corvette. So my buddy's got the C8 Corvette. It's a nice car. The 2021 BMW Mark V. Yeah, they're sweet. So I used to work for BMW for 10 years. And so I got to play with all their vehicles, and they do make a fun car. Would I own one at this point? Maybe. If it was brand new, sure. If they were older, maybe. I got one busted down in my driveway right now. It's a 3 Series. I make good money fixing them, but they are fun. And when they do their sports models, which would be like the Supra, which would be the Z4 equivalent, they do a really good job of making those a fun car. That B58 seems reliable-ish. So the B58 came out the last year I was at BMW. I don't even know if it was a full year. It might have been like the last 4 months I was there. I've been with Audi now for 4.5 years now. Whew, time's flying. But the B58 was the common engine back then was the N55, the single turbo 6-cylinder, and then the B58 came out, and that was a game changer as far as torque and efficiency. But BMW broken down. Wait, how do I highlight that? Broken down is pretty much the model. It's true. But they make a good product when it's new. As long as you're under a warranty, it's all good. Outside of warranty, find a mechanic that works on the side. Tiffany White, good to see you. But Jimmy, no, for real, I want to get a hold of you. Car things aside, I just got a new truck. Did I mention that in any of these live streams? Was it last week? Last week or 2 weeks ago, I got an AT4, which is the GM like off-road package. It's got the off-road tires, all that crap. Anyways, I do want to make a road trip. And Jimmy, well, one thing I want to head out that way, so I was going to get some opinions of where to go. The second thing is Get Outdoors. What's going on with that channel? I don't know if it's just I'm not getting pushed updates. I'm looking up right now, but I feel like I haven't seen a video for a long time. Yeah, let's see. Okay, so I actually missed the last video. So there was one a month ago. I did miss that. So, but before that, it was 5 months ago. Where's the videos, Jimmy? Where's the videos? We're waiting for an answer. But anyways, I really like that channel, guys. If you're not subscribed to it, it's Jimmy and Bob have this going outdoors video channel. That sounds weird. This outdoors channel. Don't watch the last video. I didn't edit that. I gotta watch it now. Can I screen share this? How do I share? Screen share. This is going to pop up a bunch of stuff. Share. Oh, why does that look like that? I broke it. I'll have to figure that out next time. Anyways, guys, go check out his channel. And what I like about it is it's got some comedy in it. There's some comedy stuff that happens between Bob, Corey, and Jimmy. But the cinematic part of it is what I really enjoy. You know, Jimmy is a phenomenal photographer. But the editing is really, really good, and I just enjoy that part of it. So I think it's one of those channels that even if you're not an outdoors person, you can really appreciate the scenery and the editing of the videos. That's what I really enjoy. But I want to see more content more often. One video in 5 months is not good, buddy. Playing Tanks, good to see you. Matt F with the link. Thank you so much for dropping the link. That saves me some time. Steven, make videos of different type of guppies. I could do. I don't have that many different. I only got 3 types here. I got the Vienna guppies, the Tequila Sunrise, which was my first ever guppy line. I still got that line going, and then my. I think Matt calls it the 614 guppy. I don't have a name for it. It's a strain. It was a project of mine that I was crossing green cobras with blue neon tuxedo guppies, and I got this somehow between green neon or green cobras and blue tuxedos. I was getting this crazy pattern with some red and yellow in the tails, which I didn't think I'd get red album, but they're popping out reds. But yeah, I mean, I can do some videos on guppies. Oh, I just thought of something. I need to email the lady who bought. She's got mollies. She bought mollies, and oh, Matt, just so you guys know, so Matt here, one of my moderators, is already leaving some reviews on the website. And how do I know that? It must be set up to automatically email me if somebody leaves a review. So I might have to change that if this gets out of hand. And I'm hoping I can set that up to where it will email me if somebody has like a negative review, so that way I can address it. So if it was something negative that was of my issue, like maybe they were not happy with shipping or packaging or communication, something like that, I can address that and fix that and make it right. Or if they're like the product derived damage, you'd be surprised at how quickly somebody will read or leave a negative review and not contact you first to like try to resolve it. And the only experience I have with this that was really negative, that really was like, really? Selling on eBay, I sold a digital thermometer, which, you know, people buy them all the time. I don't have one sitting here. Do I? No. We'll just use this one for example. Digital thermometer. It comes with a battery, like separate, non-installed, so that way it's fresh. They said it didn't work. So instead of contacting me and saying like, hey, this doesn't work, they hit me with a like complete negative review on eBay, and all it said was product didn't work. Product didn't work. Didn't reach out to me. I sent them a new one. Like, you want, like, no problem, I'll send you a new one. You don't gotta pay for shipping. But that one negative review, the reason why that upset me, I was at 100% reviews up until that one, and I just got that one, and I just felt tarnished at that point. But that sucks that they didn't let me make it right for them, and I would replace it. Like, that's not their problem. Like, that's not their fault. And it was probably just the battery. Probably the battery was a faulty battery, not a big deal, but they scarred my eBay account for 12 months with that one negative review. Okay. I need to get back here. Why isn't your website in the description, bro? Come on. In what description? Oh, no. So I'm on StreamYard tonight, so I'm struggling with... I haven't used StreamYard in a long, long time, so I got to get back into doing all the things I'm supposed to be doing on YouTube. But that's what I got. Chevy Fish, Matt, and the other moderators, they constantly put the website out here. Yeah. Giving me a hard time. Well, I'm just glad you're in here. It's good to see you. I thought maybe Corey had you locked in the basement editing videos all weekend. Sadly, people don't read between the lines. They just jump to conclusions. People, and, you know, I worked for BMW for 10 years, Audi for 4.5 years. Those customers are very demanding. BMW customers are really demanding. Think of the clients. I've owned BMWs myself, so I'm throwing myself in there. These clients have money. They bought these cars new because of the status. They could buy a car, whether it could be any German car, it could be an Italian car. They're buying these high cars because they're buying the name. These people don't buy BMWs because they go road racing like these cars were designed. They're designed to be on the Autobahn doing 155 miles per hour or faster on some cars. They drive them to the golf course, and they want that status. The thing is, one little thing goes wrong, which I'm saying something little. They weren't greeted immediately when they got out of their car, or whatever the case. And this is probably not even Highline cars. This could be anything in the world. It could be Outback Steakhouse. It could be Melt Bar and Grill up in Cleveland. Nobody will sit there and take the time to leave a positive review unless it was something mind-blowing that happened to them. That was so positive. They're like, I got to tell somebody. Nobody wants to sit and take the time to leave a positive review, but everybody will do a negative review in a heartbeat without thinking about it. My service was terrible. You see it on Google. The post office is bad for this. So my local post office, which I ship with them daily, I hand deliver all. Anytime somebody orders something, I take it to the post office. I don't have them come pick it up. I take it there, so that way I know it's there. It's good to go. And it's only a half a mile from my house. Like it's 2 big blocks away. It's close. They're awesome. I walk in there and they know me by name. By name, I'm the fish guy. They're awesome. They're always super nice to me because I'm there every day. But if you go on like Google and you just pull up that, like if you're trying to get directions, 2 stars and everybody's negative. I wrote a review not because I had like some extra positive, but I saw those negatives. I'm like, that's not how these are good people. Sure, I'm sure that they were short with you, but they're probably asked a billion questions a day. It's like the BMV. I'm sure it's like this everywhere, but the BMVs in Ohio are like severely overburdened with like customers and not enough labor. So you might have 4 people working. There's 100 people in line. Well, by the time you get to the 50th person asking about the new driver's license, if you want to fly, starting whenever, I don't know the date, you have to have a special driver's license. With like, I have it. You have to have like 4 forms of identity when you go get a new license. It's like your old driver's license, a utility bill, your birth certificate, and I forget what else. If you go on the website, it tells you need all that. If you go in, they have a poster that says what you need. I went in there with all my stuff, handed to her, and the lady was like thankful. She's like, oh my God, you have everything. That's great. People get in line trying to get this new thing, and they either don't know, and then when they get there, they say, you don't have everything you need. You got to come back. Like they don't wait. You got to go get your stuff, come back. Well, then people get super mad because they stood in line for 45 minutes and then found out that they didn't have what they needed. But people are just so mean on reviews. Unless they really, really like you. Matt's leaving, I'm sure, pretty good reviews. But Matt's a really good customer, for sure. I can't wait to watch this Get Outdoors video after this, especially since Jimmy edited it. Jimmy's a really good editor, so I can't wait to see how he did with this last video. I'm just busting his butt. I know he didn't edit it, but you guys should watch it, check it out. And Jimmy, for real though, you gotta get some more videos out. Jimmy, wait, I like being able to highlight this. Unfortunately, negative comments and reviews outweigh the positive. We're a weird species. It's the weirdest thing. People would they'll drop a negative review in a heartbeat before they do something positive. I'm guilty of not leaving good reviews. It takes a lot for me to leave a negative review, though. So I get why people do negative reviews. You're mad about something. I'm one of those people, I guess, where like even if I have a bad experience, no matter what the category of business is, I usually just kind of broom it and don't make a big deal about it. With a restaurant, I might have I worked in restaurants in high school. So I worked for Bob Evans. That was my first job ever when I was 16. And I worked for a little family-owned company called Yogi's Hoagies. Awesome. That job was awesome. I worked with the owners. They were awesome. My coworkers were awesome. But that to me was a high school job. You know, I worked in there during college. And then once I got out of college, I went to BMW. So I left the Yogi's Hoagies as a sub restaurant. But that was awesome. Not a career job. If it was a career job, like career money, if I made what I made now, I would still be there for sure. They were awesome. But let's say I had a bad experience at a restaurant, I would never not tip a server, even if she was horrible. Granted, I'm not saying I would tip her 30% or something like that. She might get 15%. I would never not tip her. But if it happened, not not the same server, but let's say I go back to the restaurant and it was a bad experience again, I'll just stop going to the restaurant. I'm not going to sit there and get on Yelp and Google and bash them. But I just won't go there again. But sometimes you get that really amazing experience. I was in Schaumburg, Illinois, which is where Aquashell is going to be this year, so that's cool. That's where BMW Training Center is. BMW's training for techs is in Schaumburg, so that's why I know a lot about it. I've been there 15 times probably, if not more. I don't even know. A lot. I went there for 10 years. I'm going to look bad now because I can't remember the hotel. It's a hotel right next to IKEA. I don't know if it's like a Holiday Inn, like the fancy version of Holiday Inn, but the manager that was working there was the most awesome manager. Knew me by name, like never. I'm just somebody that was there. Like when I checked in, they knew my name, but they memorized my name. And just every time I got back from school, like that night, they're like, "Oh, hey, Steven, how was school?" Like they had that personal thing, and that made a huge impression on me. Schaumburg events are legit the best. When they moved AE to New Jersey, it blew chunks. So I never been to AE. So when I found out that Aquashell was in Schaumburg, I was all over it this year. I was like, yes, I know Schaumburg. That's like, I don't want to say a home away from home, but I've been there a lot. I know all the little, the dive bars, the dive restaurants, all the awesome places to go. And because I spent months basically living there, because with training, you go there from Sunday night until Friday night. So you're there for, 5 days, 6 days. And so you got to either live off hotel food or you go find the awesome restaurants, Portillo's and of the likes like that. Fox and Hound, that was one of my favorites. Tilda Kilt was awesome there. And then they end up franchising it here in Ohio. Not as awesome as it was in Chicago. Chicago had a 2-story version, which was super awesome. But Schaumburg is, if you've never been there and you're planning on going to Aquashell, what can you expect from Schaumburg? Schaumburg's a nice part of town. I don't want to call it uppity. It's not run down. It's very nice. It's got all the luxury brands. So you're going to have, like, as far as like cars, that's how maybe you can base your what kind of part of town is based off what cars are sold there. It's BMW, Audi, Mercedes, Land Rover, all the high-end German cars. There's Lexuses over there. There's a lot of car companies, but it's high-end car companies. It's just a nice area. But they have the Schaumburg Mall. I don't think it's called Schaumburg Mall. It might be like I'm going to say Woodford Mall. Woodfield Mall? Maybe it's Woodfield. Huge mall there. That's always a good time. Actually had to go to the mall to buy clothes. I left Ohio. It was 74 degrees. T-shirt, shorts. Go Chicago was 38 degrees there. They got hit with some sort of cold snap out of Canada, and I didn't know about it. So when I got there, all I packed were shorts and T-shirts. And 38 degrees, I like being cold, but 38 degrees was too much for me to handle. So I ended up going to the mall to buy, I think I ended up buying a sweatshirt. I think I kept the shorts, but I bought a sweatshirt. I ended up losing my car because it's a big mall, and it's not just like a square layout. It's kind of got these wings, and I didn't pay attention to what wing I parked by. So when I thought I parked somewhere, I was lost. I couldn't find my car. So I had to walk around the exterior of the mall until I found it, but it was a rental car. Woodfield Mall. Good town. Where we go? Good town, good people, most with common sense. Yeah, and the other thing that opened my eyes was the first time I went to Schaumburg, which I'm sure this is a Chicagoland thing. The medians in the road, people drive over them. So if you want to turn left, you just drive over the median. Like in Ohio, the medians are curbs. So if you try to drive over it, like you're bending the rim on your car. They're not made to drive over. So I remember just driving down the road and seeing all these cars going across the medians. And the other thing that was weird all the stoplights were on poles on the ground. In Ohio, they're all above the road. So whether they're on a pole above the road or on cables, at least in Schaumburg, they're all on poles on the ground. So you got like look down for the stoplight instead of like looking up. So that was kind of weird to get used to. Of course, traffic. Everybody knows about Chicago traffic. It sucks. The first few years, there was a freeway. I think it was 355. Didn't go through Chicago, but it took you from like Schaumburg straight south. And on a Friday night, if you got out of school just early enough, you can shoot down there and not hit traffic. You can hit the 80-90 in like 45 minutes from Schaumburg, which was quick. And then shoot over to 65. Sorry, I just saw, where did that go? 355. Yeah, so 355, that used to be like a best little secret for a while. And then like as the years went on, it just got more and more traffic on it to where it was like that was still the way I would go, but it wasn't like the straight shot, like straight out of town anymore. Schaumburg, I used to be able to get to Schaumburg from my house here in Columbus. If I was booking it, I'll just say I was booking it, maybe 5.5 hours. 5.5, 6 hours. 6 hours was like top end. 5.5 was like the quick end. Leaving to come home typically was 8 hours. On a Friday night, it would take me 2 extra hours to get out of Chicagoland. And when I say get out of Chicagoland, I don't consider being gone from Chicago until I'm on 65 South going through Indiana. And even then, I don't consider in the free until I've been on that for like 25 minutes. Once you get past like Gary, and I don't know the town. I know the stop. It's the stop that all the techs would take. It's like a pilot stop, and like a Pilot Flying J truck stop. Everybody would stop there to buy whatever they needed before going into Chicago because of the Chicago taxes. We would fuel up there, get snacks, food, beer, whatever. I have Dean's Platinum Rice Fish. I bet some people will love some of those. If he drives here, he can pick some up. Well, guys, I guess I gotta go get some fish from Jimmy that are of Dean's. I'll be back next week. I actually do have a week of vacation to burn at some point. I guess maybe I should do like an Aquashella vacation week and a half. So I plan on going to Aquashella Thursday. It's a Saturday, Sunday event. I definitely want to be there Friday for sure to check in. But I'm thinking about going up Thursday, checking in like Thursday night. And then Friday, just hanging out like at the hotel or doing stuff around Schaumburg, hitting up some of the old restaurants I used to go to. And then just chilling, waiting for people to show up. But maybe I'll just take that whole week off and have to go out to Seattle, meet up with Jimmy. Bring you some Swensons. If you go to Washington, stop and pick me up on the way. I might not have room if I'm going to have to take fish tanks with me. I'll have to come back with all sorts of Dean's fish. Come get his black rams too. And wild discus. Oh my gosh. You know, being with a truck, I was like, man, that'd be a long drive with live fish. Being with a truck, though, I could probably put one or two of my 55-gallon drums in the bed with water and do water changes whenever I need to on the road. And then using the USB Nano air pumps, have air on them. Oh my gosh. Well, actually, no, I probably would just take fish tanks with cycled sponge filters and let them be normal in that and just do minimum water changes. You can stay here and rest if you need a place to stay. Dude, that'd be awesome. I appreciate that. I've never been, the furthest west I've ever been is St. Louis. I would love to go out west at some point in my life to see what there is to see. And the Pacific Northwest would be awesome. I think that with the mountains and the forest would be, a lot of people want to go see the Grand Canyon. I think Grand Canyon is something I would like fly out to and see it and be like, all right, that's off the bucket list. I saw it. Where I feel like Pacific Northwest, there's stuff to do. Well, I'm not saying there's not stuff to do at the Grand Canyon, but with hiking, you get mountains, and I feel like that would be more enjoyable for me with the mountains versus the Grand Canyon. The Vienna guppies are Endler guppy hybrids. I have no idea, Peter. I've always had the same question because of their body shape. So I think they are of Endler variety, mainly because the females, well, the males too, the females don't get ginormous. So I got some huge A guppies out in the fish room, females. Granted, I haven't had these guys, I sell them off here and there. I try to sell the younger females off, so that way the bigger females are kind of like the breeders. But I got some huge guppy females out there, and these guys are not even half their size. So, squirrel, I just saw this. Well, the Grand Canyon's a hole, and Washington's mountain's so opposite. Well, you just put them together. A mountain fills a hole, right? Oh my gosh, that's funny. Yeah, so I do think I think they have to have Endler in them. The males typically stay on the smaller size of things, but the females, I think the reason why I'm saying that is because the females, they look like guppy females, which, I don't know how much difference there is between an Endler and a Endler bred female and a regular guppy female, but they just don't get as huge as a guppy. And put them together, you have Montana nice and flat. Oh my gosh. That is funny. But no, Peter, I would think that they have some sort of Endler in them, for sure. The brilliant bristlenose, the baby's out on the glass. Can you guys see him? It's him right here. Can't see him on, I'm sure, on this. That's the first time I've seen him on the glass. He's getting some size to him now, finally. He's a stunner. Feel my oldest female Viennas are getting pretty big. Yeah, send me a picture of them. I'd be curious. Maybe mine are just not. I'm not keeping them long enough. I don't know. If Mike's in here, he can tell you how big some of the females I have get. The ones out in the outdoor pond, I think, scared him last year when he saw them. They were, at first glance, they were big. Like, if you were thinking there were rainbow fish in there, they were guppies. Just huge. I didn't see what this was to, but it says, I grew up in Richmond, Indiana, but went to college outside Columbus. So I'm familiar with Gahanna. Yep. Are you local, Stephen? Oh, that's what that was about. Was their idea was to move an event every 2-3 years? Should be fired. Yeah, that kind of sucks. That does suck. Jimmy, I have a question for you. You might have answered it. I don't know. For some reason, I can't scroll so far back in the chat. Maybe it's still got to load. Are you going to Aquashella? Chicago, I guess. Are they still doing Dallas? I would assume that they're doing Dallas. So I gotta put this out there. He's mad to everyone. Keep your eyes off of it. He's talking about the Pleco. Just so you guys know, he's not talking about me. You can keep your eyes on me. But no, as soon as I said that there was, oh my gosh, he's on the, can you see him moving? Dude, he looks awesome right now. I gotta get a better camera. I can never do these guys justice. Oh, he's awesome. That's him on that Amazon sword leaf. Right there. That's Matt's Pleco. So I mentioned I was probably going to sell that baby. It's the only one I got to breed so far and, grow out. And as soon as I mentioned selling it, Matt's like, he's mine. Matt's buying them. Dallas, Aquashella Dallas is October 30th and 31st. I will not be going to Dallas. If anybody's going to ask me, I'm not going to Dallas. I am going to the one in Chicago. It's closer. I can drive to it. It'll be on my way back from Seattle, Washington. Do your bristlenose eat Amazon swords? No. So the super reds that are in there, leave the Amazons alone, and the brilliant bristlenose also leave them alone. Right now I see like 5 different baby super reds kind of throughout on, you can see, that's a baby. That's obviously on the wall, but there's some down here in these plants. They're on it, so they munch on it, but they don't eat the plant itself. They might, maybe they chew on the leaves that are dying. The plants come in, like, Jimmy, you know how plants come in from Florida. They're immerse grown. You got to convert them. The Amazons have been doing great converting. They've been shooting off babies. Super awesome. I know the tank looks like shit right now. Sorry, with the blackbeard algae, but it's a test going on. But no, they might munch on the leaves that are converting when they start getting holes and they're really dying off. Maybe they munch on, but nothing where I'm like, oh, these plecos are killing them. I have had no issues with it, which is awesome. Yeah, I just looked and I see more Vienna fry that I didn't notice earlier, and they're fresh. They were definitely born within the last few days. But yeah, so typically they're eating any of the algae that's on the leaves, but they leave the leaves alone. Yep, Shiny Fish said it. I swear that they thin out the leaves and it dies, but also could be a giant coincidence. The leaves are dying themselves. Yeah, I guess I haven't really noticed. I haven't had that issue, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Just make sure you got some root tabs going on. I'm sure you do, but keep them Amazons. Those Amazons will suck up a root tab. I'm sure you're using the co-ops. Is the co-ops every 6 months they recommend? Root tabs. By the time I find this or I read, somebody's going to say, yeah, you got to do this. Insert 1 capsule every 4 to 6 inches. Replace every month. Oh, okay, yeah. No, you're good. I was going to say I would do it every month. For some reason, I thought they said every 6 months. So I was, oh, you guys got new packaging. I see that. Okay, so maybe it used to be 6 months. I don't know. For some reason, I thought it was every 6 months. I was going to say do it every month. For sure, every month. Matt said the tank looks like shit because you're a slacker. That's true. Has anyone tried Tetra's Algae Fix Fizz tabs? Any luck with them? Tetra's Algae Fix. Oh, like Tetra the brand. I was thinking like Tetra the fish. I'm like, what? I've never used them. I don't even think I've ever even seen them before. Yeah, I can't recall ever seeing them. I'm going to Google it and see if it's like something I have seen before. Tetra Algae Fix. Fix Fizz tabs. Go back. Fizz tabs. No, I don't think I've ever even seen that before. So I'm no use to that question. Hopefully anybody in the chat's ever used them. Let them know. Every month? That's nuts. Jimmy, I figured you probably were the one that typed that in there. Yeah, it's right on the website. It says every month. Maybe if it was a huge Amazon. You'd be surprised. So, and the other thing, guys, if you end up getting an Amazon plant, this probably works with other plants that might shoot a runner off wall. I was going to say like dwarf Sagittaria. This stays pretty low to the ground. These are still attached. I haven't separated the daughter plant from the mother plant. And the reason why is because since they're kind of mid-water, their roots grow crazy long because they're trying to get to that substrate. So as soon as you see a daughter plant, leave it, let the roots grow because it's still grabbing nutrients, A, from the mother plant, but B, those roots are still getting nutrients out of the water column because they're suspended in it. But let those roots go for a little while, and then when you go replant it, you got this crazy root structure that you can put in your sand or gravel, whatever your substrate is. And it's just a good jump start for the plant. Rinse and repeat. Oh, wait. Chat jump. Sorry, hang on. Yeah, we got little containers. Yeah, so I went with I call it the pill bottle. You know, I think I like plastic containers, which that's what the co-op's got. I like the plastic better than the baggies. I actually had, who knows where it's at. I actually have some Easy Tabs here I bought like a really long time ago, and I was using them before I did all this craziness. But yeah. Where am I at? Zen Ginger, if you like what I did for James and Ed 2 weeks ago, stay tuned. That's side chat. No idea what you're talking about. Big surprise coming up. Matt, we got to keep this PG rated. Talking about my woods. I don't even know where it's at. Matt really likes my wood that I usually have in here. Now he's talking about a big surprise coming up. Who knows where that's going to go? Chevy Fish, thank you for dropping the link. Appreciate you. So that's the other thing. So talking about labels, I was going to do the like the professional labels, which I have, a company make me these. I'll probably still do that, but until I like make sure I can sell these things, these root tabs, I'm probably just going to use the label printer and do the thermal laser just for now. I guess I can do that on the ones I'm selling. The ones that, if you guys have been buying these, they just been coming blank because I have no labels, but I guess I could at least print the basic labels. But yeah. Where are we at on time? We are, what time? Oh, I went live at 8. I forgot. We're over the hour mark for sure. Let me go back and see if there's any questions before I wrap this up tonight. I think we are caught up. Squirrel. Somebody has to say squirrel at some point. I think we're good on questions. Don't forget to hit that button, y'all. That is true. I appreciate it. Metalheads, I like your moss balls. I see what you did there. But anyways, guys, I think we're going to wrap that up. We're going to wrap it up tonight. So, anyways, guys, any last questions? Get them in right now because I'm going to end this. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Jimmy, thanks for swinging by. It was good talking to you. I'll just shoot you some messages if I ever do plan on coming out that way to take advantage of your knowledge of the area and grab some of Dean's fish while I'm out there. I guess I'm going to make a mobile fish tank for the bed of my truck. But anyways, great hanging with you guys. Thank you so much for the super chat, Jerry. Appreciate it, bro. And hopefully I'll see you guys at Aquashella. Not that that's like next weekend, but that's coming up. But thank you so much for the support, guys. Zen Ginger, thank you as always. And I'll see you next Friday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay safe. Maybe we'll end this. StreamYard. Where's the end button? My eye's twitching.